guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about the Ace family once more because apparently there just continues to be shit over and over again. And this time it's not going to be about child exploitation because we have discussed that. I don't even know if there's much more to say at this point. It's disgusting. I don't support them. You guys know how I feel about that. Now, the good news is that they're quitting YouTube. Just kidding, they're probably saying that, but they're not actually going to. But it was nice for a couple of seconds to think, a YouTube without them. A chance for their children to have a moderately normal life, even though, I think a lot has already transpired, so I don't know how normal you can be after that, mentally speaking, how well-adjusted you can be considering that cameras were shoved in your face from the youngest of ages. But anyway, so basically they released a video. I'll be putting clips of this video here and there. Now, there are a few things that I think are extremely sketchy, if not scammy, allegedly. And we're going to talk about the scam part a lot because I do think that that is going to be a big part of them not quitting YouTube. I think that what is going to happen is, and usually I don't blame people for doing this if it's genuine. You know, like sometimes people burn out on YouTube, they leave, and then they realize they want to come back, and that there's no problem with that. It's another thing when it's a clickbait, oh, we're leaving, to get all the fans like freaking out and to get your views up and everything, and then to fully well know that you're never actually going to leave. But anyway, I'll put in some clips for context.
This is the last year that the Ace family will be on YouTube. That sounds weird saying.
I know.
So let me explain. We actually wanted to make this video a year ago, and we wanted a year ago to be our last year, but we just can't seem to stop doing what we love to do, which is creating videos for all of you guys. But this year, we've been talking about how we're going to make this year, 2022, our last year on YouTube, because next year in 2023, we want to do a lot of traveling with the family. What I mean by traveling, I mean probably traveling for like half the year. And we want to go to like 10 to 20 different places because throughout the 6 years we've been on YouTube, we haven't had the time to really reflect and enjoy and really
spend time with our family.
Yeah. So this will actually be our first time actually be able to travel.
Yeah. Is
next year in 2023. And not only travel, but also work on some big projects. We won't be gone 100%. Like, we won't go ghost on you guys. We'll still post here and there, maybe, I don't know, once a month or once every 2 months. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, Ace family, and now our next event announcement. Are you guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready for this one. A lot of you guys actually guessed it correct. For those of you who have no idea what we're gonna do this year, and you guys have been waiting, we actually made a little video for you guys. Here it is, check it out.
Where it gets scammy is, first of all, they are asking their fans to enter their phone numbers for the AceFest and also to get updates. And I mean, we've seen this with other YouTubers too, where they're like, text me, or like sign up with your phone number to get notifications of my new videos, blah, blah, blah. And I've always been very sketched out by that, mainly because, first of all, you don't know who your number is being sold to, basically who your data is being sold to. But aside from that, my primary concern, and that's just due to past experiences, is that someone having your phone number can very easily lead them to them having your address and other information. It can actually lead to finding people who are related to you, and I know this because of past experiences, like I've said. So they wanted people to sign up with their numbers, which already is questionable, especially considering that the majority of their audience is kids. So I don't think the children would necessarily think, oh yeah, my data or my privacy, my security. So that in and of itself is concerning. The AceFest thing just sounds like TanaCon. It sounds like any bad event put on by any creator, basically. And even in the past, if we think back on the Ace family's prior events, there has always been a problem. There have often been discrepancies with money. There have often been discrepancies with how many people were allegedly there versus how many people were actually there. So I just have a lot of questions. So I went onto the AceFest website to see exactly what we're dealing with here. So you open and it immediately says text so-and-so number, your name to know the exact time when tickets go on sale April 9th so you don't miss out. Now already even just having to put your name, like I know that that isn't the most of privacy breaches compared to giving your phone number still though. They have a picture here and it's like Disneyland meets Coachella, which is an interesting mixture of things. And that's another reason why it felt scammy to me, because it feels too good to be true in the sense of it sounds like this monstrous project, frankly, because you're saying Disneyland and Coachella, those are two, you know, like they're not these like little events that have just like 2 rides on them. You're talking about major events, Coachella having multiple stages, multiple performers, and then you're talking about Disneyland that has like hundreds of rides, that has like food trucks, that has all these characters walking around. Like you're setting the bar really, really high, and I just don't know if it's even attainable realistically. I know that that's more figurative. I know they don't mean it literally like it's going to be exactly the same, but nonetheless, it's a high bar to set, which is why for me, it's far more likely that it's going to end up being like a TanaCon event where all these things are promised and then it ends up being just a shit show. The AceFest admission. So it says that you get access to free rides, access to free games, access to free prizes, access to free wildlife park, access to free live performers. And there are only 5,000 tickets available. Get one before it's too late. First of all, I don't know how I feel about the whole wildlife thing, because children and animals generally, you know how children are heavy-handed with animals? Like I can think of things, so many things that can go wrong aside from my perspective on zoos and whatever, but we're not going to get into that. Performers, I also don't really know what that means, because performer can allude to someone actually famous, like an actual mainstream musician potentially, or it could be performers like acrobats or, you know, other types of performers like circus type performers that do things or magic, you know what I mean? So even that I think is vague, but again, perhaps they haven't even figured all of that out yet. Notice that on this graphic, we see the word free, 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 free. That gives you a very particular idea of what you're signing up for, something that is a free event. Now, obviously, I never thought the event was going to be free. That being said, there's a difference between it being free and it being worth the money. Now, let's talk about the prices and see if it's worth the money. The AceFest Pass is $299, and this pass counts as 3 tickets. So you get access to AceFest noon to 10 p.m. and then you get a free autograph poster, family poster. And then it says ages 2 and under are free to enter and won't need a ticket. And this was valued at $900. I don't know how they calculated that value, but sure, if that's how much you think it's worth, okay. Then there's the Ace VIP Pass. It is valid for the entire year 2022. So you can access the AceFest. This pass counts as 5 tickets. You get a free autograph poster, the family poster, guaranteed to meet and take pictures with the Ace family, and then there's the added bonus of watching Austin's next fight for free, picking 2 VIP Pass members to join us at Austin's next fight, plus your 4 guests, picking 2 VIP Pass members to join us at our wedding, plus your 4 guests, exclusive wedding gift, and this is a $499 ticket, valued at $1,500. I think it's really, really weird to include people at your wedding, like people that you don't know, potentially minors at your wedding. I just think that's weird. Now, granted, this could be some kind of like fake wedding, or maybe there's another wedding that they'll do like privately with, you know, personal loved ones. But the whole wedding aspect of this, I think, is strange in my opinion. That might also just be my own bias, because I do think that weddings are private events, and even if you invite 200 people, you're still inviting 200 people that you know versus just people who have no concept of your relationship aside from what they see online. Weird to me, but I digress. And it's also like people having pictures or like video of your wedding that aren't related to you and that don't know you. I think that's also strange. And again, that might be my bias, because I only wanted the guests to have the pictures of the wedding unless I decided to post them online. I wouldn't want some random person passing by having a picture of like my special day, but whatever. All of this is extremely sketchy to me from the beginning to the end, mainly because it really does remind me of TanaCon, where there was so much promised. And this is to a far, far more extreme level. Like, you're basically promising a theme park, plus all these other things, like guaranteeing a picture with them. That's already something that is difficult for me to believe, like a guaranteed picture, considering that they're the 5,000 tickets plus the guests. And on top of that, they also have children, young children, so I don't know for how long young children want to stand or sit there taking pictures with a bunch of people, especially considering it's going to be in the hotter months as well. So that also concerns me. I don't know what they're actually planning on doing in terms of quitting. I don't know if this is their way of kind of segueing into some kind of other content, or if this is their way of kind of like taking their break, as in quitting YouTube, but it's really just a break, and then they come back after this massive event, and then they tell us, oh yeah, we just couldn't stay away, we love making videos. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think this fest is going to be a disaster? I frankly do. I also think that there are probably going to be issues on the financial side as well, just like people getting ripped off or people paying twice, just, you know, things that usually happen at these YouTuber events when they decide to make it bigger than it should be in the first place. You guys can let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.